never made it, but I know what it takes. I'm motivated by a mix of emotion. Got my statement, and I'm reading it slow so I can understand it fully. Appreciate my standing, go out of this world and right on time. Oh, never in my life have I seen the sky light up like this. I'm far away from Earth and I wanna know if you exist. Mission control, do you read me? Send me my coordinates lately. Mission control, am I drifting? Tie me to someone who will love me, yeah. Wait, I think I'll last a bit longer. Find another.
Welcome everyone. Welcome everyone. Welcome everyone to another Ref Brandon and the Todd family YouTube video. Wherever you are, whatever you may be doing, thank you so much for making Ref Brandon and the Todd family a part of your day. We always greatly appreciate it. Happy Saturday to everybody out there. Hopefully I will see a lot of you tomorrow afternoon at 6687 Highway 72 West Colbert, Georgia, where the doors will open at 4 o'clock and bell time will be 4:30 for the Ultimate Wrestling Federation. Former TNA wrestlers Suicide and Caleb Conley will be with us, along with all the regular great stars from the UWF tomorrow afternoon. But today here on the channel I want to do another 2023 early preview for a college football team. And today I'm going to be talking about the Missouri Tigers. And as always, I just picked them randomly. But the reason why I picked them is because where are they going to finish in the SEC East? Now we know most conferences have already done away with divisions, and most conferences are now just, hey, two best teams play for the conference title, which is the way it should be. There's no reason why you should have a conference championship game if you're not going to put the two best teams in the conference in the championship game. But the SEC does still have divisions, and everybody pretty much agrees, no matter what order you put them in, that the top two teams in the East are going to be Georgia and Tennessee. But after that, I don't think anybody really truly knows. I mean, we know Vanderbilt's going to suck. Vanderbilt sucks every year. That's not going to change. But other than the fact that Georgia and Tennessee are the top two and Vandy's going to finish last, where are the other teams going to finish? Because Kentucky, Missouri, and South Carolina are generally all three teams that win somewhere between 6 games and 8 games. And then Florida, depending on the year and the coach, could be really good or really bad. But somebody has to finish in third place in the East. So let's take a look at the Missouri Tigers' schedule. Of course, their head coach is Eli Drinkwitz, who I find very entertaining. He comes across as a very strange man, but if you watch his interviews, he comes across as very intelligent, but not scared to give you his opinion, whether you agree with it or not. But he's one of those coaches that sometimes just says stuff that comes out of left field, which makes him very entertaining because you just never know what he's going to say. People that I work with always tell me that they like being around me because you never know what I'm going to say. Could be good, could be bad, you don't know. but you just never know what I'm going to say. And I would a whole lot rather be around somebody that I never know what they're going to do or what they're going to say than be around somebody who's so predictable, and in every situation you know how they're going to react, you know what they're going to say, you know what they're going to do. That just gets boring. But Eli Drinkwitz does come across as very intelligent, but very entertaining, but he needs to win something. He's doing good since it's Missouri, but he wins about 6 games every year. But Missouri this year opens up the season by playing all 4 of their non-conference games in a row, and then they play 8 conference games in a row. Open up the season on Thursday, August 31st against South Dakota, who is a really good FCS team. And then they play Middle Tennessee State, the Blue Raiders, on September the 9th. On the 16th of September, they play the Wildcats of Kansas State. And then on the 23rd of September, they play the Memphis Tigers. And they end September, their first conference game, on the 30th against the Vanderbilt Commodores. Opening up October against LSU on the 7th. October the 14th against Kentucky. October the 21st against South Carolina. And then they're off on Halloween weekend. Now we move into November, and they play Georgia on the 4th of November, Tennessee on the 11th of November, Florida on the 18th, and then they wrap up the regular season Thanksgiving weekend on Friday, November 24th against the Arkansas Razorbacks. Now I've got them going 3-1 non-conference, beating South Dakota, Middle Tennessee State, and Memphis, but losing on September 16th to Kansas State. So they'll be 3-1 when conference play begins. They'll beat Vanderbilt. They'll lose to LSU. And then those back-to-back games against Kentucky and South Carolina, they'll win 1, lose 1. I personally have them losing to Kentucky and beating South Carolina. It doesn't matter. They're going to split the games no matter which one they win, which one they lose. But I say they beat South Carolina only because for whatever reason, it seems like Missouri either beats South Carolina or just about beats South Carolina every year, no matter how bad they are. So in the battle of the Columbia teams, I'll say the Columbia, Missouri Tigers beat the Gamecocks. And then we move into November. They'll lose to Georgia. They'll lose to Tennessee. But I think they win their last 2 games against Florida and Arkansas. I'm just not high at all on Florida. I think Florida's going to be just awful. And then I know everybody loves Sam Pittman, and they love everything about him, but on the field, he's just an average football coach, and I think he's peaked at Arkansas. So I think Missouri beats them. So I've got them beating South Dakota State, Middle Tennessee State, and Memphis in non-conference. In conference, beating Vanderbilt, South Carolina, Florida, and Arkansas. So that'll put them at 4-4 in the SEC, 7-5 overall, which is about what Missouri does annually, between 6 wins and 8 wins. Gary Pinkel had a couple of really good years there toward the end of his tenure as their head coach, but ever since he retired, they're generally somewhere between 6 wins and 8 wins. So 7-5 is about what they normally do. But will that be good enough to finish 3rd place in the East? I guess it depends on what Kentucky does, what the Gamecocks do, and what Florida do. Because I think Kentucky and Missouri and South Carolina could all 3 finish between 6-6 and 8-4. One of them's got to finish 3rd. Who will it be? I guess we'll find out when the season starts. Any thoughts on this, please feel free to let me know. Homes for Our Troops is a publicly funded 501c nonprofit organization that builds and donates specially adapted custom homes nationwide for severely injured post 9/11 veterans. Since the 2004 inception, nearly 90 cents of every dollar spent has gone directly to our program services for veterans. Visit at hfotusa.org. Let's go ahead and get our dad joke of the day in here. How do you make a Kleenex dance? Put a little boogie in it. And that does it for today's Ref Brandon and the Todd Family YouTube video. Until next time, it's Ref Brandon saying, just like in pro wrestling, life can be over by the count of 3. Tell your friends and family how much you love them. Bye.